This is one of the most frustrating client stories that I've come across because Liv was told that her blood tests were normal and everything looked fine. But despite that, she was exhausted every single day. She was bloated all the time. She couldn't lose any fat no matter what diet she chose, hadn't had a period in 8 years, and was reacting to foods that everybody else could eat. Now, the worst part about all this was she was starting to wonder if this was just her life now. Fast forward 6 months and Liv's a completely different person. She has way more energy, minimal bloating. She's able to eat all the foods that she wants. She's got her period back and we're actually up to period number 7 now. And best of all, she finally feels like herself again. So today I want to show you exactly what we found, what everybody else missed, and what we actually did to help turn things around. But first, for those who don't know me, I'm Matt from PhysEvo. I've spent over a decade helping women lose weight and fix their gut, hormone and fatigue issues by looking for the root cause rather than just chasing symptoms. And Liv's story is honestly one that I see every single week. So when Liv came to me, she was dealing with constant fatigue, battling to make it through each day. Daily bloating where she finished off each day needing to pop the top button of her jeans off. Gut symptoms like gas, loose stools and constipation, and having to pop laxatives like they're going out of fashion. The list of foods she was able to eat without pissing her stomach off was also shrinking day by day. And to cap it all off, she couldn't lose any body fat no matter what she did, and she hadn't had a period in about 8 years. The worst part about all of this was that she was feeling incredibly dismissed because despite explaining this to multiple doctors, she was told either that everything's fine or just offered a laxative or even an antidepressant. Now this is important because if you've been told your bloods are normal despite still feeling terrible, you're not crazy, you're not lazy, and you're certainly not making it up. So what do we find? Now I'm not going to bore you with all the individual markers that were out, but what I will tell you is that the markers that we did find outside the functional ranges, when we combined them with her symptoms, showed that she was dealing with inflammation and immune dysregulation in her gut, chronic stress, liver dysfunction and issues with her lipids, a sluggish thyroid, and some key nutrient deficiencies like zinc, B9 and B12. And if you want to understand exactly how we interpret your blood work to help us catch what your doctor's missing, I previously did a video on exactly that. I'll link it here for you now. But simply understand this. The ranges you typically see on your blood test from your doctor, they're just telling you if you're seriously dysfunctional or diseased. They're not really telling you much if your goal is to get to optimal health and firing on all cylinders again. Now remember, no single marker here with Liv diagnosed anything. It was a combination of all of her markers and her symptoms that told her story. Now if this is sounding very similar to your story, I put together a guide that goes through the first 5 things I'd look at to fix your gut, your energy, and your overall function, and I've linked it in the description below for you. Now the big question is this: what do we actually do to fix Liv? Now this is where most people get things wrong because they go straight to a fancy supplement or a restrictive fad diet method. With us though, we started Liv where we start all of our clients, with our top-down method. This involves mindful eating with no distractions, chewing your food properly, spacing your meals out so there's at least 3 or 4 hours in between meals, and making sure we're supporting stomach acidity and bile flow. This makes sure that we're laying the proper foundations and supporting the way her digestive system is actually supposed to work. We then looked at the big health habits. Number 1 was stress management and nervous system regulation, and this is one of the biggest factors for Liv. Then we looked at her nutrition, both from the perspective of restricting certain foods short term to help to lower her inflammation, but also prioritizing nutrient-dense food packed with protein and fiber that help to support her gut microbiome and her blood sugar, and also that were enjoyable and sustainable so she could actually stick to things long term. We also looked at her sleep, both the quantity and the quality, and also we looked at her exercise, her movement, and her daily hydration. Now this all laid the perfect foundation for us to build our inside-out method on top of. For Liv, this involved targeted supplementation that focused on reducing inflammation and supporting her immune function, gut repair, helping with liver and gallbladder function, improving her thyroid and metabolic function, and helping to correct the nutrient deficiencies we found. We didn't just throw 17 random supplements at her. We fixed the foundations first and then created her a specific protocol that was designed exactly for her. So where did this all get us? Well, I'll let Liv's own words do the talking. But essentially, her energy's back, her bloating is gone, she's eating all of her favourite foods again, she's actually dropped a couple of sizes in her clothing, her period is well and truly back, and we're actually on to period number 7 now, and best of all, she's finally feeling like herself again and like she's taken her body back. Understand that this isn't just about Liv, it's about the thousands of women who are being told everything's normal when they feel anything but. Your symptoms matter, your story matters, and your blood work deserves thorough interpretation. And honestly, the biggest problem isn't that your body is broken, it's just that no one's looked at things properly for you and helped you put the pieces back together. Now, if this is sounding like exactly what you've been through, I've put together a free guide that takes you through the first 5 things I'd look at to help you improve your gut, your energy, and your overall function. You'll find it in the link below. And if you enjoyed this style of video, make sure you subscribe because I've got plenty more client case studies coming where we take you through exactly what we found and exactly what we changed.